Dana White has long been the face of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, and during all those years, he has said nobody bounces back from hitting a woman. In fact, he said exactly that during an appearance on FS1 back in 2014. "There's one thing that you never bounce back from, and that's putting your hands on a woman," White said. Well, over the holiday weekend a video emerged of White hitting his wife and during a dispute at a packed nightclub in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, and now it's time for the UFC owners at Endeavor to listen to White's words and show him the door. As he said, nobody bounces back from putting his hands on a woman, and rightfully so. White talked to TMZ and gave a rambling statement that really made no sense at all. It was clearly just a way for the fight promoter to try to take control of the story and do his best to sweep it under the rug, before it could become the big story that it should be. Let's go through White's statement and try to make sense of what he said. We'll start with how he started it, admitting that he hit his wife, and, "I'm in Cabo, Mexico, for the holidays with my family, and my wife and I were out with family on New Year's Eve, and unfortunately that's what happened." Then he went back to his message about not bouncing back from putting your hands on a woman. "I'm one of the guys you heard me say for years, there's never, ever an excuse for a guy to put his hands on a woman. And now here I am on TMZ talking about it." Again, he's right by saying there's never an excuse. Here he is bringing up how long he and have been married, which really doesn't matter at all. "My wife and I have been married for almost 30 years. We've known each other since we were almost 12 years old. We've obviously been through some mess together and we've got 3 kids, and this is one of those situations that's horrible." Yes, he's right, it was horrible. If you've seen the video you'll agree. Here's White again saying how long he's been married to his wife and that this was an unfortunate situation. People are going to have their opinions on this. Most of the people's opinions will be right, especially in my case. You don't put your hands on a woman ever. My wife and I obviously love each other. We've been together for a very long time. We've known each other since we were very little, and this is just one of those unfortunate situations. Not sure how being together for a very long time should carry any weight here, so I won't allow it to. Also not sure what he means by, most of the people's opinions will be right, especially in my case. Like, what? Here is White not making excuses while also making an excuse by saying there was a lot of alcohol involved. There was definitely a lot of alcohol, but there's no excuse. I'm literally making no excuses for this thing at all. It's never happened before. It's the first time that it's ever happened, and people are going to say what they're going to say. It is what it is. And whatever people do say, it's deserved. I deserve it. It happened. Also, saying, "It's never happened before. It's the first time that it's ever happened," are just more excuses that don't really carry any weight either, because it did happen. He did it. And yes, White does deserve something for this, a severe punishment. Imagine if any other commissioner in sports was seen on video hitting their wife. This news would be everywhere and they would be out of a job in a heartbeat. White isn't out of a job. In fact, he has a new venture starting up this month, the Power Slap League, which is a league that will have people slapping each other in the face as hard as they can. For real. White can't be the face of that moving forward, and he can't be the face of the UFC anymore either. You just can't bounce back from putting your hands on a woman. Just ask Dana White.